Well, certainly some of it, but not this bad, George. I mean, I believe that if you look back historically, we've done worse than most any other country. And we're a highly developed, rich country. So there were things back then that if you go back and think about what you might have done, the kind of disparate responses of different states rather than having a unified approach. But it's so tough to just go back and try and do a metaphorical autopsy on how things went. It was just bad. It is bad now. I think these numbers are so stunning, George. Remember back in the late winter and early spring of 2020 when we were saying we could get as high as 240,000 and people were thinking we were being hyperbolic about it. And now here we are with a 500,000 deaths, just a stunning figure. The only thing that I would just encourage all of us is that rather than looking back and saying, what the heck happened here, just saying, now let's just go forward and be completely committed as a unified country to just go at this together. This is a common enemy. We've all got to pitch in. We're in some good shape now with the vaccines, but it's going to be a race against the infections that keep coming and our ability to do two things and do it well. One, continue to do the public health measures that we speak about all the time, the uniform wearing of masks, the physical distancing, the avoiding congregate settings, at the same time as we do everything we can to get vaccines into the arms of people as quickly and as efficiently as possible. That is the weapons that we have against this horrible disease. George, we need to look at that data carefully. Superficially looking at it, it looks really quite impressive that if you have gotten infected and then get a single dose of the vaccine, that the response you get is extraordinarily high. So when we look at all that data and analyze it, I mean, obviously, always do that. Whenever we get new data, look at it and see if you can have some action items as a result of that. If it holds true, we're always open to considering that in people who do get infected, that they may need only one dose. But you really want to look at the data first before you make any policy decisions. Well, the numbers are coming down, George. When you look at the daily curves and the 7 day averages, as you're showing on the screen there, it's dramatically down with a sharp deflection. We've got to be really careful and not just say, okay, we're finished now, we're through it. We have variants out there that could actually set us back. I mean, fortunately, the vaccines that we are distributing now work well against the UK variant, which looks like it's becoming more dominant in this country. We have the South African variant. It's not dominant. It looks like the 117 from the UK is going to take over as the dominant. We do have a good vaccine against that. Getting back to my comment a moment ago, George, that's more incentive to say, rather than even think about declaring victory and saying, well, we have herd immunity, we're in good shape, we've got to keep pushing and pushing because this thing could bounce back with the variants very, very quickly. We cannot declare victory because that curve is coming down so sharply.